In a world obsessed with social hierarchies and conformity, there exists a rare breed of men who operate entirely outside these conventional structures. They don't seek to dominate like alphas, nor do they follow like betas. They are the Sigma males, the lone wolves who've discovered something most men never will. True independence doesn't come from leading others or following them, but from transcending the entire game altogether. If you've been feeling increasingly disconnected from mainstream society, finding yourself choosing solitude over social gatherings, and developing an almost magnetic indifference to what others think, you might be evolving into something extraordinary. Today, we'll explore the 15 unmistakable signs that you're becoming a true Sigma male. Chapter 1. Preferring solitude naturally. The first sign of your Sigma transformation is perhaps the most fundamental. You genuinely prefer being alone. This isn't antisocial behavior or depression. It's a conscious choice born from deep self-awareness. While others drain their energy trying to impress crowds or seeking validation through constant social interaction, you've discovered that your best ideas, your clearest thinking, and your most productive moments happen in solitude. You don't feel lonely when you're alone, you feel complete. This preference isn't about avoiding people entirely. You can still engage socially when necessary, but you've realized that most social interactions are superficial energy exchanges that leave you feeling depleted rather than fulfilled. You've learned to protect your mental space like a precious resource. Your solitude becomes a sanctuary where you can process thoughts without external interference, pursue interests without judgment, and develop skills without the pressure of performing for others. While others fear being alone with their thoughts, you've made peace with yourself, perhaps the most challenging relationship any person can master. Chapter 2. Thinking differently from the herd. Sigma males possess an almost supernatural ability to see through collective delusions. While society moves in predictable patterns, following trends and accepting conventional wisdom without question, you find yourself naturally questioning everything. You don't reject popular opinions just to be contrarian, you examine them through your own lens of logic and experience. Often, this leads you to conclusions that contradict mainstream thinking. You're comfortable being the only person in the room with a different perspective because you've learned to trust your analytical abilities over popular consensus. This independent thinking extends beyond opinions to lifestyle choices. You don't follow fashion trends, career paths, or life timelines just because that's what everyone does. Instead, you create your own blueprint based on what actually makes sense for your unique circumstances and goals. Your ability to think outside the herd mentality often makes you appear ahead of your time. Ideas that others will embrace years later seem obvious to you now. This isn't arrogance, it's the natural result of removing social pressure from your decision-making process. Chapter 3. Self-reliance over dependence. True Sigma males are relentlessly self-reliant. You've developed skills across multiple areas, not for hobby purposes, but because depending on others for basic needs feels fundamentally uncomfortable. You've learned to fix things yourself, solve your own problems, and meet your own needs without constantly reaching out for help. This isn't about pride or stubbornness. It's about understanding that self-reliance equals freedom. While others build networks for security, you build competencies. You'd rather spend time learning a new skill than time managing relationships with people you might need to call for favors. This approach takes longer initially, but creates genuine independence that can't be taken away by changing social dynamics. Your self-reliance extends to emotional regulation as well. You don't need others to validate your feelings, boost your confidence, or provide emotional support for every challenge. You've developed internal resources that make you genuinely independent in both practical and psychological ways. Chapter 4. Emotional detachment grows. As you evolve into a Sigma male, you develop a healthy emotional detachment from outcomes, people, and situations. This doesn't mean you become cold or uncaring. Rather, you learn to engage with life without being controlled by emotional volatility. You can care deeply about something while simultaneously accepting that you cannot control its outcome. This paradoxical approach allows you to invest effort without investing your emotional stability in results beyond your control. In relationships, this detachment manifests as the ability to love without being needy, to care without being possessive, and to invest without being desperate. You understand that attachment often destroys the very things we're trying to preserve. This growing emotional detachment makes you incredibly attractive to others because you embody something most people lack: emotional stability that isn't dependent on external circumstances. People are drawn to your centered energy because it's so rare in a world full of emotional reactivity. Chapter 5. Freedom over comfort. Most people choose security and comfort over freedom, but Sigma males consistently choose the opposite. You'd rather live with uncertainty than live with restrictions, even if those restrictions come with guaranteed comfort. This preference shows up in career choices where you might choose freelancing over corporate security, in living situations where you prefer flexibility over stability, and in relationships where you value authenticity over convenience. You understand that comfort is often the enemy of growth, and that true security comes from adaptability, not from external structures that can change or disappear. You're willing to be uncomfortable in the short term to maintain long-term freedom. This choice isn't reckless, it's calculated. You've developed enough skills and internal resources to handle uncertainty, which gives you the luxury of choosing freedom when others feel they cannot afford it. Chapter 6. Mystery around you. Sigma males naturally cultivate an aura of mystery, not through conscious effort, but through selective disclosure. You've learned that saying less often communicates more than saying everything. You don't feel compelled to share your thoughts, plans, or personal details with everyone. This selective communication creates intrigue because most people overshare constantly. Your restraint makes your words carry more weight when you do choose to speak. This mystery isn't manipulation, it's boundaries. You share meaningful information with people who've earned the right to know it, but you don't feel obligated to be an open book for everyone you encounter. The mystery around you grows stronger as you become more comfortable with being misunderstood. You don't rush to correct misconceptions or explain yourself constantly, which only adds to your enigmatic presence. Chapter 7. Refusal to chase popularity. While others exhaust themselves trying to be liked by everyone, you've completely abandoned the popularity game. You understand that being universally liked requires being universally bland, and you'd rather be genuinely respected by a few than superficially liked by many. You don't modify your behavior, opinions, or appearance to gain social approval. This authenticity is refreshing in a world full of people performing versions of themselves designed to maximize likability. Your refusal to chase popularity paradoxically makes you more attractive to high-quality people. Those who are secure in themselves are drawn to your authenticity, while those who are insecure are repelled by your refusal to play social games. You've realized that popularity is often inversely related to respect. The most popular people are often the least respected when you remove the social context, while the most respected people often care the least about being popular. Chapter 8. Attraction without trying. One of the most noticeable effects of your Sigma evolution is that you become increasingly attractive to others without any conscious effort to be so. This magnetic quality stems from your combination of confidence, mystery, independence, and authenticity. You're not trying to impress anyone, which is precisely what makes you impressive.
Your comfort with yourself creates a gravitational pull that others find irresistible. You embody qualities that most people desperately want but struggle to develop: genuine confidence, emotional stability, and independence. This natural attraction extends beyond romantic contexts. People want to be around your energy, seek your opinions, and gain your approval, all while you remain completely indifferent to providing any of these things on demand. Your attractiveness comes from scarcity. In a world full of people desperately seeking attention and validation, your self-contained nature makes you a rare commodity that others naturally want to experience. Chapter 9. Success without flex. True Sigma males achieve success quietly and rarely feel the need to broadcast their accomplishments. Your success is for you, not for the validation or envy of others. You understand that real power doesn't need to be displayed, real wealth doesn't need to be flaunted, and real achievement doesn't require an audience. You build your life for your own satisfaction, not to create content for social media or stories for social gatherings. This understated approach to success often makes your actual achievements more impressive when they are discovered. People respect accomplishments more when they're revealed naturally rather than promoted constantly. Your success without flex also protects you from the negative attention that often comes with visible achievement. You can enjoy the benefits of your work without dealing with the envy, requests, or expectations that come with public success. Chapter 10. Calmness during chaos. Perhaps one of the most valuable Sigma traits is the ability to remain calm when everyone else is panicking. Your emotional detachment and independent thinking combine to create an almost supernatural composure during difficult situations. While others react emotionally to problems, you respond logically. This calm presence often makes you a natural leader during crises, even though you're not seeking leadership positions. People naturally look to the calmest person in the room for direction. Your calmness comes from preparation and acceptance. You've mentally prepared for various scenarios, and you've accepted that chaos is a natural part of life. This combination eliminates the shock and panic that destabilize others. This trait becomes more pronounced as you develop as a Sigma male. Situations that would have stressed you before become manageable challenges that you navigate with composed confidence. Chapter 11. Independent thinking. Your capacity for independent thinking goes deeper than just having different opinions. You've developed the ability to process information and reach conclusions without being influenced by social pressure, expert authority, or popular consensus. You examine evidence objectively, consider multiple perspectives, and form your own conclusions based on logic and personal experience. This intellectual independence often leads to insights that others miss because they're too influenced by groupthink. Your independent thinking makes you valuable in professional contexts where original solutions are needed, but it can also make you challenging to work with for those who prefer conformity and consensus-based decision-making. You've learned to trust your analytical abilities while remaining open to changing your mind when presented with better evidence. This balance between confidence and flexibility is a hallmark of mature Sigma thinking. Chapter 12. Refusal to explain yourself. Sigma males develop a comfortable relationship with being misunderstood. You don't feel compelled to explain your choices, justify your decisions, or defend your lifestyle to people who haven't earned the right to that information. This refusal to constantly explain yourself isn't arrogance, it's boundary setting. You understand that people who truly matter will either understand your choices or respect them without needing detailed explanations. Your willingness to be misunderstood actually increases respect from others because it demonstrates supreme confidence in your decision-making process. You're not seeking approval or validation through explanation. This trait also protects your time and energy.
Instead of spending hours justifying your choices to people who probably won't change their minds anyway, you focus that energy on productive activities.
Chapter 13. Power through silence. You've discovered that silence can be more powerful than speech. While others fill every moment with words, you've learned to use silence strategically and naturally. Your comfort with silence makes others uncomfortable in ways that reveal information about them. People tend to fill silences by sharing more than they intended, giving you insights into their true thoughts and motivations. You speak when you have something valuable to add, not to fill space or be heard. This selective communication makes your words carry more weight and your presence more impactful. Your power through silence extends to conflict situations where you've learned that not responding often achieves better results than engaging in arguments or defending yourself. Chapter 14. Minimalism in lifestyle. True Sigma males naturally gravitate toward minimalism, not as a trend, but as a logical approach to life. You've realized that owning fewer things of higher quality is more satisfying than accumulating many things of lesser quality. Your minimalism extends beyond possessions to commitments, relationships, and activities. You prefer to do fewer things excellently rather than many things adequately. This minimalist approach gives you more freedom because you're not tied down by excessive possessions, commitments, or obligations. You can change direction quickly because you travel light through life. Your minimalism also reflects your confidence. You don't need external objects or status symbols to feel good about yourself. Your self-worth comes from internal sources that can't be bought, stolen, or lost. Chapter 15. Detachment from loss. The final sign of Sigma male development is a healthy detachment from loss. You understand that everything in life is temporary. Relationships, possessions, status, even life itself. And this understanding allows you to enjoy things without clinging to them. This detachment doesn't make you careless or nihilistic. Instead, it allows you to invest fully in experiences and relationships while accepting that they will eventually end. This paradox allows you to love more deeply because you're not trying to control or possess. Your ability to let go of things gracefully makes you more attractive to others and more satisfied with life. You can appreciate what you have without being desperate to keep it forever. This detachment from loss also makes you incredibly resilient. When others are devastated by setbacks, you adapt and move forward with minimal emotional disruption. Conclusion. The journey to becoming a true Sigma male isn't about following a prescribed path or copying someone else's behavior. It's about developing authentic independence, emotional maturity, and the courage to live life on your own terms. These 15 signs represent a fundamental shift from external validation to internal satisfaction, from social dependence to self-reliance, and from reactive living to proactive choice-making. The Sigma male doesn't reject society to be different. He transcends social hierarchies because he's found something better: genuine freedom. If you recognize these signs in yourself, embrace the journey. The world needs more men who are comfortable being themselves, regardless of what others think. In a society that profits from insecurity and dependence, your independence becomes a form of quiet rebellion. Remember, becoming a Sigma male isn't about superiority over others. It's about sovereignty over yourself. It's about building a life so satisfying that you don't need to compare it to anyone else's. It's about developing such strong internal resources that external circumstances can't shake your fundamental peace. The Sigma path isn't easy, but it's authentic. And in a world full of people playing roles they don't enjoy, authenticity has become the rarest and most valuable commodity of all.